once again, down somewhere near this green pocket, tight to the ball cushion. Be very hard to get a return to the baulk area from this position. This is pretty okay, pretty good.
Just a sign, and I think this could be a theme during this match, that Dave Gilbert just stays patient. You know it's going to be the first, Luca's going to be the first one to blink and try and make something happen that really wasn't there. You get your chance, you got to take it. This is the longest bout of safety we've had.
Is he taking the black on? We'll have a look. Yeah, he's not sure what red he can play for here. The only one obvious red would be that red that's closest to the pink. Can he play the pink into the center pocket? Maybe play a little cannon on that red, or is he just going to play the green with the cue ball and try and leave a more difficult red? Not straightforward.
Well, he's made his mind up. Well, this red just above and to the right of the pink does go to the right corner, but well, it's not that easy using the rest, although he's very proficient with this equipment.
Sorry.
Nice shot. But you can see the awkward position of the reds. The 4 close to the right-hand side cushion, the 3 near the top cushion. There's these situations where really you're just trying to pick them off one at a time. If you do get an opportunity to bring reds into play, take it. But this isn't one of those occasions. Or maybe it is if you play the black. Well, we'll settle for that. It's not perfect by any means, but he's on a red.
12.
Just managed
13.
to slip by the pink, but this isn't the best potting angle on the pink. He's looking to see if he could get on this red, on these 2 reds to the right of the black. There's a very small window there to put the cue ball in. This is going to take some positional shot, this. And a good pot.
Luca Brecel, 13.
Did he find that spot where this red's available? Oh, look at that. Is there a gap? There's always a gap.
Yeah, it's one of those. He's not on it directly, but you'd have to play it with a little bit of left-hand side to try and create the angle. He doesn't like it. He's looking at the plant. Once again, this plant. Wow. A lot of distance between reds. It was very risky. Very, very risky.
Yeah, well, what do you get one of those? 3 out of 10, possibly. When they weren't directly in line, which obviously makes it a lot more difficult. Well, Luca in potting this, he'll be smashing into those 3 reds near the top cushion. And he's okay, he's on the blue.
Yeah, good pot. There's the cue ball. It's not too bad. He's on the red into the left centre pocket.
Six.
Angle on the red is not ideal. He's got to avoid, well, a couple of reds here with the cue ball and try and get it back for pink or blue.
Seven.
So this is the big shot for me of the frame now. You can play it into the right middle, you can play it into the far right corner. Far right corner, you've got more control of the cue ball. It's missable, there's pressure on it, but if it goes in, gets the pink on its spot, frame winning chance. Right in the heart of the pocket. Chances there now to go into this evening's session with a 3-frame advantage.
13.
Remember, 10 the target in these first round matches.
14.
Well, this is Luca Brecel in a nutshell. Brave pot, but beautifully executed, full of confidence, exuberance, ability. Another lovely pot into the middle. Pink, get on this red.
20. $21.
Well, I did say, Ken, at the start of the match, you know, we were both at the Welsh Open and got to the semi-final. He lost, but there were certainly signs there that he was hitting the ball really well. And I've been impressed with him in this first session.
Yeah, very. Okay, he's given up a few chances. He's been played very loose, as I said, but that's just his game. But when he's got in, he's been devastating. And here's another shot. He's got to avoid this corner pocket. Oh, it's close. It's close.
Foul.
John,
Luca
you missed
Brecel,
one. You missed one, John.
Dave Gilbert, 5.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Ken, playing it like that, it's very hard to go in off in this corner pocket. That did catch him by surprise. Caught me by surprise. Well, let off for Dave Gilbert. Comes to the table, 39 points behind. Eyeing up this long straight red, or trying to make it a long straight red, putting the cue ball anywhere in the D, as we call it. Call it that because it looks like a D.
Sort of makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Good pot. Excellent. He's coming around to have a look at this red. Can he get a nice angle? Pot in the pink. Maybe on the red. He's got a nice angle on the red now, so he could go into the bunch. Those 3 reds on the right hand side cushion.
7.
Try and develop something and still be on the pink. Right, he only developed one. When I say
8.
that, he's unlucky. Oh, he's very unlucky. Knocked that red out into play, but it's gone safe. But he's still got an angle. He could play off left-hand side cushion into the reds again. How's your luck this time? No.
$14.
So I'll have to settle for a 25-point deficit. The balls now are very awkward, particularly those 2 either side of the yellow.
Dave Gilbert, 14.
Could take quite a few shots to resolve this. I said earlier it was the longest frame of the match. It's going to be by quite some way. And there you go, there's the 2 table. That thin, they call it a wall. It's just a couple of pieces of plywood, basically. Doesn't count any noise, but you can't see the other table, so you can't be put off visually. That's the main purpose of it. Yeah, it doesn't look a lot of room round the table, but there's just enough. Well, you could play a telling safety here now. The red to the right of the yellow, just stun that up the table. I presume that Dave won't be able to get between the yellow and the baulk cushion to the red near there, so yeah, just stun this red up the table. You certainly have a big advantage. Just seeing if he can get in between the yellow and the cushion. Hard to tell from where we are. Doesn't look like he can. Straightforward stun up the table. Well, left a possible pot on here. So close. One of those, it's that close as a player, you think you've potted it. Well, if you thought of the worst outcome, that would be it.
Cheers. 1.
He's got an angle on the brown, the angle on the yellow to get on that red that's in baulk is not great. The angle on the black he's looking at to drop down for this red. Just
Yeah, I think it was a little bit careless that. I mean, he could have easily played for the green or the brown, but he thought, oh, the black is it's an extra few points. I'm not far away from the winning line, but he couldn't have come worse on the black. So having to stun round, he's going to be too close to this red for comfort. And that's all he's going to get, the 8 points. And this is
8.
Dave. Edged his bets a little bit, but once the red didn't go in the pocket and came up the table and kissed the cue ball again, that's
Luca
why he
Brecel,
left the chance.
8.
But Luca Brecel didn't make the most of it. Disappointed to only get 8. Where's the cue ball going? It's going near the pocket. Where's the red going? It's running safe. Bit of a risk, but no harm done.
He's okay. Double kiss could have gone wrong, but the pink has come to his rescue. So this frame's still in the balance, even though Luca Brecel's got a hefty lead. But one mistake could cost dearly. And this is not straightforward.
Yeah, that's all he could do, just contain the situation. Dave Gill was a bit fortunate there to get the pink to come to his rescue, but as we always see in these close fought frames, the run of the ball either way can determine who wins it. Not a bad table if you were trying to do a counter-attack. Colours potable in possible positions. Immediate priority though, get this red safe. If you can get a snooker to go with it, perfect.
Yeah, once again, it's been slightly fortunate. That was a nice yellow there to block the path of the pot. It may just come off the side cushion here, just knock this red towards the other red that's closest to the ball cushion. Sort of a containing safety shot, but still advantage at the moment. Dave Gilbert. Well, is he? He could take this red on into the green pocket. And that's what he's eyeing up. If he screws the cue ball to somewhere where he was a second ago, he could block the path with the yellow to that red. So big shot this, could go in. But when you miss it, what do you leave? He's trying to cover the red into the yellow pocket, but look at this red where it's going to finish. This time he hasn't been fortunate. It's going to cost him.
Yeah, it's one of those situations. It was a sort of half-hearted attempt. I think he could have thought of a better shot than that. It just shows you, you know, as Ken said, once it rattles those jaws, you don't know where it's going to finish. Easy enough pot. I think this is the red to play. He's looked to see if he can get past the yellow, which he can, but in potting the other red, he'd run into the other one, wouldn't have control of the cue ball. This is the right one, but needs good position on pink or black. And that'll do nicely on the black. So it just equates now to this black and one more red. And he'll be at snookers required and have a 3-frame advantage, you would have thought, going into the final session this evening. Just the red required.
8.
In it goes.
9.
42 points to lead now, 35 remaining. If he pots a colour here, I'm sure Dave Gilbert will concede, but he's not good on any of them. But surely you play the brown, wouldn't you? Well, if he was going to play it, I think he'd have played it by now. Yeah, just want to miss a ball and leave a nice easy pot on for Dave. So trying to get this cue ball in behind the black. And this looks a lovely line.
Luca Brecel 9.
And a very good length. That should be enough for 6-3.
Yeah, clever shot from Luca Brecel. Well, unless Dave hits this and gets it safe, it could be a handshake.
Foul. Luca Brecel 4 and a frame.
Well, it is the handshake. Dave Gilbert says, OK, that's enough. And a really excellent first session for both players, but particularly for the defending champion. And he goes into this evening's session with a 6-3 lead over Dave Gilbert.
Touching ball.
Play on the other table is now finished, so at the end of this frame the famous crucible divide will be raised so that those who've stayed in the arena can watch the action. It'll be a very premature taste of the single table setup.
Sure, we'll see Jack have a go at this red underneath the pink into this bottom right hand corner pocket. He's been extremely good on long pots so far this morning, 89% at the moment. 8 out of 9 have found their target. And that one did not find its target. He actually hit the wrong side of that one. Struck the cue ball to his right, pushes it off to his left, didn't come back, hit the wrong side of the red.
One.
Now Zang wasn't able to punish Jack's earlier miss with the rest. Can he punish that miss? This is a much better opportunity.
Four. Five.
Yeah, he's just not striking the cue ball properly at all at the moment. He very nearly wasn't on that red from the green. He didn't mean to cannon into the blue. He's all at sea. I mean, he's been all at sea since very early in this match. He's never regained his composure.
Five.
He missed a sitter of a black in the second frame, and he's not been the same since. No problem potting the blue, obviously, but how does he get to another red? Just screw back a little bit and play the red to the right corner, but then what? And why take the risk running round the table? If he'd just potted the blue and screwed back, he would have been in the same place had he have missed that yellow. So why do that? As I say, he's lost all composure early in the match and just hasn't regained it.
Zang Ander, 10.
He's so out of sorts, it's almost to his advantage if they don't play the full 9 in this session.
Oh, that's a great point, Rob, as we see the annoyed, disgusted figure of Zang Ander sat in his chair. He's not happy at all with his performance. Been very unlike him this morning so far. Oh, that's a lovely shot to the middle pocket.
One.
The cannon on the green, how's that? It's not great. He's only going to get 1 point for that shot into the middle pocket. This was a great pot. But you're absolutely right to say that, Rob. I think if the team of Zang Ander could stop the match now and call half-time, they probably would.
Jack Jones 1.
Because at the moment, all you can see is Jack Jones extending his lead further into the distance. They probably won't play their full allocation of frames now. But you would think, the way it's going, Jack's just going to pull further and further into the distance.
Sean and I spoke to the always excellent Martin Clark, one of our tournament directors, and he indicated it would be very unlikely for a frame to start beyond 145 or 150. With a mouth-watering afternoon session, destined to start at 2:30.
Wow, no miss.
It's a good effort to rest into the back of that red. If that red closest to the cue ball pots, this won't be going back. Does it go through the gap? It does. Yeah, so we won't be seeing this replaced. Zang Ander may as well sit down. And so he does. I'm not sure he knew whether this red was potable or not. But he's missed it. He's missed the red. Can you believe that? What's he left? I don't think he's left anything. Can you believe it? Yeah, that was always left jaw, wasn't it? The tendency when they're so close is to miss them the other side. Maybe just a bit under pressure there to try, and he can see his man struggling. Knew he had a chance there to put him to bed, really. Maybe that little bit of extra expectancy just cost him there. Zang either has to move that red by the corner somehow or find a place on the table to cover it. You'd love to get the cue ball behind yellow and green, wouldn't you? How do you get it there? He's just gone for a good length on the cue ball. And what he's saying to Jack Jones is there, he's saying, I dare you to go for this red. Well, he did dare.
1.
Couldn't really control the cue ball. The pot was the most important thing, but he's very unlucky to finish there. Would have expected to have been on the pink. But as you can see, that cannon on the red has spoilt things. What do you play here? Answers on a postcard.
Oh, this is an awful position for Jack Jones to be in.
Okay. Wow, no miss. Zang Ander, 4.
Well, what an effort this is. This angle isn't there to hit the green off 3 or 4 cushions. And so he's playing it with an immense amount of check side, left-hand side in this case. And that squares the cue ball up across the table. And when it hits the right-hand cushion, it turns to what we call running side, widens the angle behind the brown and hits the green. What a shot this might be. It's closer. Does he hit the yellow?
Foul, and a miss. Zang Ander, 4.
There's an element of risk here for Zang Ander keeps having this replaced, because if Jack Jones gets this shot correct, Zang's going to be in all sorts. If he does hit the green,
Double check it. Yeah.
this will be trouble.
Hey, can we just check the yellow, please?
Yeah, Jack's just asking for the yellow to be checked.
It's half ball to the cushion.
Yeah, so Peggy Lee saying just
Oh, sorry, the other way. Sorry. Just a little bit more.
half ball out. It's an indication as
Closer
to
to the
his
ball line.
lack of confidence
Just
that he
keep going a little
keeps
bit.
putting Jack back in.
Yep, yep, yep.
He just can't
looks
find a
good to
way
me.
to settle into this match so far, Zang Ander.
Slightly to the green. Half ball to the green side. Yep. Little bit more. Just keep going a little bit. And then to me, a fraction, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more. Okay, yeah, looks good to me.
Peggy Lee looking for perfection.
I think cue ball looks right, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. Zang Ander, thank you. Thanks, Peggy.
No.
Green ball, thank you.
Jack goes again. Is he going to put Zang Ander in an unenviable position here?
Well, it's a great line. Great line. How's the length? Great line. How's the length? Great shot. He hasn't snookered Zang Ander, but he's asked him the question. Been decent on his long pots today, 5 out of 7. If he goes for this, you feel this has to go in. Does he fluke the red? Goodness me. Well, no, he's left the red to the middle pocket. And as I said a few shots ago, it was a borderline strange call to have that replaced, because if Jack does get out the snooker and hit the green, he leaves him in trouble. He was in trouble, and now he's missed the red. Brought that all on himself. Oh, and he's got the gap for the red over the corner.
1.
Well, now, Jack, you've had 2 chances already to win this frame. I'm not saying this is the match right here, but if you could win this frame, we'd be almost unassailable in this match.
Six. Seven. Jack Jones, 7.
Wow, he has played so well for much of this session. But that is another opportunity to turn the screw that he has not taken.
One.
From Zang Ander's point of view, a vital opportunity to establish a little bit of rhythm and bring a halt to his opponent's momentum. But he's just continually running out of position. He's all over the place, Sean.
Yeah, and he has been since the second frame. He missed that black, a sitter of a black in frame 2, and he never recovered. His touch, his feel has all gone. He's underhit this by a foot. He's played for that red on the pink spot into this bottom right-hand corner pocket, and he's nowhere on it. And at some point out there as the professional player and the seed, you're expected to win. You're a winner this season. At some point, a little bit of embarrassment starts to creep in. Your personal pride in performance, you want to play well out there. It's all about the win, of course, but you take pride in how you play. And at some point, you get a bit embarrassed. And then that starts closing in on you. The walls of the crucible start closing in. It's one of the best places in the world to play when you're playing well. But when you're playing badly and struggling, it's one of the worst. And you can see it closing in on Zang. He's lost all of his touch, all of his feel, has completely deserted him. If he could stop the match now, he would.
Well, he's produced some real heroics into that middle right. Not to be. Now another chance for Zang Ander to draw a line under the misery he's endured so far in this session.
One.
He's been thrown a couple of lifelines by Jack Jones in this frame.
Yeah, I just can't understand that previous shot of Jack Jones at all. It was a very low percentage shot, and if he misses it, he knew he was throwing his opponent, like you say, Rob, a lifeline. Why would you do that? Had no need to play that shot. And who knows, Zang might win this frame. They might squeeze another one. If he wins that and gets out of this session 5-3 behind, like, that's massive. Bit of a rush of blood to the head there for Jack Jones, I think.
Thank you. 6. Zang Ander, 6.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Now, for the first time, some outward signs of frustration. The cue just slammed into the carpet. Zang Ander has been gifted a way back into this frame. And once again, he's not taken it.
One.
Nice shot there from Jack Jones. Took the chance there to bring the other red into play, knowing the black was always waiting. $20 points behind.
8.
This is all about those couple of reds up by the yellow and green. Shouldn't be too much trouble to mop these two up.
9.
Now, does he have the angle here to pop this red, leave the angle on the black to play the cannon up there to that red and yellow and green, bringing them into play? That's what he's tried to do.
16.
He's left a low angle on the black, which is what you need. I'm not sure he's got the perfect angle. No, it's pretty good. Now, choices here. You can either play for the red that's separated or screw in behind that with side spin and move the red, yellow and green in one shot. He's played for the single red. Might have over hit this slightly. Yeah, he's on nothing.
23.
He was trying to get on that red to the right middle or this bottom right-hand corner pocket. Five points behind now, Jack Jones. Just looking at clipping off this red.
Jack Jones, 23.
Well, he's brought both reds into play, but he's hit the black full in the face, and he's offered up this chance of this pot to Jack Jones, trailing by 5. So regardless of what happens here, he will need that green that's stuck to the side cushion. So all not lost here for Zang Ander just yet, but he's close.
One.
His potting from distance has been excellent so far in this session. It really has.
I'm just wondering here, Rob, whether he might decide to play a very aggressive shot, but knowing he needs the yellow and green, he could pot the brown here, move them both, and in doing so retain position on that single red. Doesn't look like he's playing it, that's fair enough. But he missed a brown like that on the other side of the table earlier on in the match. It's all gone a bit nervy, hasn't it? It's all gone a bit tense out there in the Crucible Theatre. Both players, I think, now suffering from understanding just how important these moments are. Trying to bring the green into play. A bit of a wry smile on the face of Zang Ander. He's trying. He's trying as best he can. It's just not happening today. But if he can find some way of winning this frame and possibly the next, if there's time, 5-3 would look completely different.
And equally, you've mentioned Jack Jones beginning to feel it. He absolutely knows that this is a fantastic chance to turn the screw, because he can't be certain that Zhang will have a good night's sleep and come out blasting and go for everything. He's sensing a weakness in his opponent, and he's absolutely desperate to make the most of it.
Zang Ander, 1.
Yeah, and I think from Jack Jones's perspective here, what adds more pressure is that you know deep down your opponent's had a bad session, and it's unlikely that he'll have another one as bad tomorrow. Zang Ander will probably play a lot better tomorrow. And so whilst you've got him, whilst he's in trouble, you need to make as much hay as you can. And that adds its own pressures. Really good shot, that, from Jack Jones. Not the hit on the yellow, that was given, but to leave the green where it was, that was very skillfully done, because that was on purpose. That green's his safety net. Zang Ander here has a chance to pop this yellow, swing that cue ball around the table. He could finish perfectly behind the green here. He's not even gone for it. I'm amazed. I think he might have snookered Jack Jones, actually. Yeah, he has. I'm still shocked he didn't even go for the yellow. Thought that was an obvious choice of shot. But when you're out there under pressure, you see different things. You see it in a different way. And each to their own.
Yeah.
And possibly an indication of his lack of confidence in his own potting in this session.
Jack Jones needs to be careful here. Not just obviously trying to hit the yellow, but he mustn't hit the green. Doesn't want to move the green by accident here.
Oh, I miss. Zang Ander. 4. Yeah.
He's not happy with that push on extension. There's always 2 of those under each table. So something wrong with that. He didn't like it. He's got the other one out.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Zang Ander. Thanks.
Longest frame of the match now, Sean. This is beginning to feel like a very, very important couple of minutes in the overall momentum of this match. Oh, surely that was just the thickness of the paint.
Zang Ander. 4. Free ball.
That was like an optical illusion.
Well, this was extremely close as we see the replay. He missed that yellow by almost nothing. Goodness me. Meanwhile, though, quite an interesting turn of play because Zang Ander had a free ball there. Could have moved the green into play and really brought this frame alive. Chose not to. Yeah, he's hit it this time. Has he left it? And he's definitely left it.
Thank you.
How's the angle? Can Zang Ander, in potting this yellow, get towards the green? He cannot. Zang 13 points ahead. Needs yellow, green and brown. I wonder here whether he'll try and play this with topspin and move the green, or just take the 2 points and play a good safety on the green. Takes the 2 points, just. And now this gives him the opportunity to play a really telling safety shot on this green. He can put these 2 balls anywhere he wants. Trying to sneak in behind the black here. It's brought the green into play. How's the pace? Line's good. Yeah, well played. Nice shot. And those penalty points Jack Jones, forgive me, gave away there have now come into play because that green's now open. Zang only needs the green and brown. Needs to hit this and get it safe. Oh, that's excellent. Very well judged shot. Nice tap on the table from Zang Ander there to appreciate that. Many players would have just had a hit and hope there. Very skillful shot. still would have expected Zhang to have got that one, but it was just difficult enough at this stage to be missed. Fortunate not to leave it. We're right on the cusp now of whether these players will get to play another frame after this one.
And if it is the last frame of the session, it adds even more significance if Zhang can somehow nick it. I think the way he's played in this session, if they do only play 7, he'd be mightily relieved to only trail by 3. That was better. One of the best single pots he's produced in the entire session, which is now approaching almost 3 hours.
And will he go for this one? Needs another good one here for the frame. And he's got it. Excellent pot. Probably his best pot of this session so far. And one of the most important. 22 points up, 18 remaining, so just 1 snooker required from Jack Jones. I'm sure he'll carry on if this doesn't go in. But it has gone
in. Doesn't matter about the pink.
12 in the frame. Hang on, yeah.
Jack just being told that that is the end of the session. What a crucial, crucial frame that could prove to be for Zang Ander. His 3 best pots of the match, just in the nick of time. He trails, but only by 3. 5-2 to Jack Jones overnight.